Harvey isn't taking Katt Williams' accusations lightly, and he is now starting to fight back at Katt, threatening him with some serious consequences if he doesn't stop talking about him. Katt has been on a roll lately, talking about Steve Harvey and making accusations about how Steve is a fraud, how he has allegedly been Lori out and all that. Well, Steve has had enough and he is coming after Katt with full force and threatening Katt with legal action. If y'all thought this drama was over, well, think again, because it looks like things are about to get heated. So it looks like Steve Harvey has finally had enough of Katt Williams speaking on him, because he is now threatening him with a cease and desist, asking Katt to keep his mouth shut about him. And honestly, I can't blame him for threatening to sue, because Katt has had Steve looking really bad in the past couple of weeks. One thing about Katt is that people always listen when he speaks. So when he came out to spill the beans about Steve, y'all best believe that people were right in the front row to listen to what he had to say. In his explosive interview on the Club Shay Shay podcast, Katt went in on Steve, accusing him of being a fraud who didn't write his own jokes. Katt claimed that Steve had been attending his concerts just so that he could steal Katt's jokes and pass them off Steve's biggest lies. Y'all know how Steve had always talked about a time when he was so broke that he had to live in his car.
I used to spend the night in hotel parking lots. What was I gonna do? I ain't had nowhere to stay, so I lived in the car. I had $35. And I said, come on, God, man, I've been trying to make this dream come true. You done left me out here like this.
Well, Katt is now claiming that this is one big fat lie, and yet another thing that Steve stole from him. Yes, Katt is claiming that that was his story, and that Steve was never broke to the point where but the really damaging part was where Katt exposed Steve for allegedly pimping out Lori to multiple men in the industry, including Diddy. But no one is really shocked about this, because fans have always found Lori's relationship with Steve and Diddy weird. For one, there's the fact that Steve clearly favors Lori above his biological kid. Even before Katt's bombshell revelations, there were already rumors that Steve's kids felt a type of way about Steve helping Lori with her relationships, to the point where she was miles ahead of her siblings. At the time, reports said that he did the right thing adopting Marjorie's kids and loved them like his own, but there's a lot of dissension among the blended Harvey clan. There has unfortunately been some jealousy lingering amongst the siblings over Lori, who's the most famous of Steve's kids, taking over the spotlight with her high-profile love life. Even Lori herself once said that Steve would often talk to her about boys when he took her out on dates to her favorite Japanese restaurant.
When I was about 15 years old and I told you I wanted to start dating, so you took me on one of our annual father-daughter dates to my favorite Japanese restaurant, and you just started talking to me about guys, and you just told me that you always supported me and you'd always be there for me no matter what.
Well, Katt is now claiming that those dates were Steve's way of allegedly preparing Lori to be the perfect catch for a man, because he allegedly had plans to set her up with famous men in the industry to promote the Harvey name, and one of those men was Diddy, allegedly. Lori and Diddy had a thing back in 2019, and the relationship gave people the creeps for so many reasons. First off, Lori was only 22 and Diddy was pushing 50. And don't even get me started on how he knew Lori since she was a teenager. So how on earth was he so attracted to her? Well, according to this popular theory, Steve allegedly planned it, using Kim Porter's death as an excuse to slide Lori into Diddy's life. See, Lori started dating Diddy less than 4 months after Kim passed, which was kind of shady because Lori had a good relationship with Kim Porter. When Kim Porter passed, Lori paid her respect in a now-deleted Instagram post where she wrote, "I'm having such a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person in and out. Thank you for being so sweet and loving to me. I'm so glad I told you I loved and missed you the last time I saw you. Your energy was something truly special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." How do you even go from calling someone mama to dating their baby daddy? Ciao. And get this, allegedly Steve even tried to set her up with Jay-Z as well. Y'all remember when Lori was dragged trying to flirt with Jay-Z? Well, y'all know that the Beehive doesn't play about Beyonce, and they came for Lori hard, spamming her comments with bees, and according to Katt, this forced Steve to give up on Jay-Z. But hold up, because Steve is not letting go of this drama. Word on the streets is that he has allegedly sent Katt a cease and desist, telling him to stop speaking on him, or he will be filing a lawsuit against him for defamation. Needless to say, Katt's revelation has had Steve looking really bad, and he is trying to salvage things and shut Katt up once and for all. But fans are on Katt's side here and drag Steve, saying, "I've been said Steve was that child out. Ain't no way she ran through that many men and no one is good enough. She was smart and got away from Puffy quick, fast, and in a hurry. Either Steve doesn't have a say or he's all about material things and status. He probably thought that a job or marriage would come out of that since she's not A-list. No sane parent would let their child who's barely an adult date a dangerous 50-year-old man like him, especially after hearing the rumors about Kim's death. And Diddy is crazy. He dated someone who dated his son, and Steve approving of that was creepy as fudge. Child, this situation is a hot mess, but let me know how y'all feel about Steve threatening Katt, then check out this next video.